Good day, YouTube. Today I want to talk about getting a master's degree for free. I've talked about educational benefits in the past, a few videos. Somebody wanted me to talk about my journey and getting my master's degree. It's been a long time ago, 13 years ago, but I will begin by saying that when I went back to school for my bachelor's, the second time I was ready to go. I was trained, I was disciplined, I was focused, and I was going to do it right the second time around, which I did. So when I finished my bachelor's degree in 2001, I began immediately on my master's degree. Why not? I was ready. I was already in that mindset of succeeding with education, and the Air Force was going to pay all of it. So I said, let's absolutely do that. I chose Troy State University, which was in Montgomery, Alabama, where I was stationed. Now it's known as Troy University, and that's one of the schools that they have several campuses worldwide. I actually like to attend class in residence as opposed to online. I could do online, but I preferred to be in a classroom environment, interacting with people and the professor. That's what I did. I chose Human Resources Management as my master's degree. And if I remember correct, there was about 10 classes that I had to do. The last one was an actual thesis. I don't remember what I wrote about because it was 13 years ago, but I completed everything. I completed 8 out of the 10 classes in Montgomery. We moved to Colorado next to Fort Carson, and Troy University had a campus on Fort Carson. So I took my second to last class there, and then my thesis I had already started working on that paper, and then I submitted that, completed it. The reason I bring this up is because education is one of the many reasons that I joined the Air Force, but it is an incredible opportunity for active duty, guard, and reserve as far as tuition assistance. And it's all taken care of. The amount per year for military is $4,500 per year. So every October 1st, that amount starts fresh, and it goes through September 30th of that year. I realize that some people may want to pursue a degree. Others may not. Our enlisted and officer force, the Air Force, is very educated. A lot of people come in with some college, some degrees on the enlisted side, and obviously on the officer side as well. So our force is very educated. And that's one of the things that I like. I love learning new things. I still would want to pursue a PhD. And after much thinking, I decided not to do so because the return on investment that I would get on myself is probably not a lot financially. It would be as an accomplishment. I have my PhD, which I don't. So I decided on not doing that. And the reason is because the military, specifically the Air Force, will pay up to your master's degree, which is great. Now, if you want anything higher than that, you can use your GI Bill or your post 9/11 GI Bill. I decided on not doing that. And the reason is because I transferred my post 9/11 GI Bill to my wife and 2 children, my son and daughter. My wife decided not to use it. My son used some of it. Our daughter is using it right now, and her first year is completely paid for already by the post 9/11 GI Bill. She'll have 12 months left, beginning her sophomore year in August of 2017 this year. The school year is 9 months. So after that, her junior year, she'll have 3 months left, which means that my wife and I have to pay the last year and a half of school. The good news is we already have that money set aside. I'm still building on some of that as well to ensure that it's all taken care of, because college is not cheap. Tuition is not cheap. Living in a dorm is not cheap. But we're in a situation where that opportunity is there between the post 9/11 GI Bill and ourselves paying the rest of her school. How does this apply to you? Let's just say you are in the service, active duty, guard, or reserve. My recommendation is use tuition assistance. And don't use your post 9/11 GI Bill until you actually separate or retire. You could use it sooner. Let's say when. I would recommend use it sooner if you've already maxed out the master degree and you know that the military, the Air Force, is not going to pay any more. Then you can start using your post 9/11 GI Bill. especially if you're not going to transfer that to anyone. So be wise, ask questions, definitely take advantage of that opportunity, because there are many opportunities. Education is just one that the military offers. Take advantage of all those perks, those benefits that comes with a commitment of serving our country, and then do what's best for yourself. Like I said, I finished my education a long time ago in 2003. I've taken professional military education since then. I am waiting to either get promoted so I can finish Air War College, which I can't do, or maybe return as a civilian and get promoted on that side, become a GS-12 and finish Air War College. That's the next thing, but unfortunately I'm not eligible to take care of that. I always love to hear of new opportunities, and in most cases, so for 2017, what I'd like to do is I've signed up for 2 Air Force courses. One of them is in Germany, the other one's in Rhode Island. There is a board happening this week right behind me in the building that I work. And hopefully I get selected for one of them. If not, it's okay. I'll just continue to learn through life. You don't have to learn in a classroom every single time. It could be online. It could be walking the street and having a conversation with someone. I love to learn, and believe it or not, I learn from a lot of the questions that you, the viewers, ask. And if I know the answer, great, I share it. If I don't, I'll do the research and get you an answer. Have a great day. Take care.